What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vonnie coming back at y'all with another YouTube video. So, let's get straight into it, man. Y'all see the title, man. Hey, like, comment, subscribe, man. We going up. But you won't be rich until you do these things, man. A lot of people think becoming rich is like a lucky thing. Oh, you have luck on your side. You didn't really work hard. You won the lottery somehow. Nah. It's all about discipline. It's all about staying down till you come up. That's what it really comes about. Everybody says they want freedom, options, and most people are stuck in the same cycle for years upon years. And it's not because they can't win. It's because they won't change. You have to change. You have to change your mindset. You can't keep hanging around those same people that, day after day, they're going and buying bottles and smoking every day and doing this. And, they're cool with trading their time for money. They don't want no passive things. They don't want no vending machines. They don't want no businesses. They just want to go to work and get lit. If you only get paid when you work, you're losing, because there's only 24 hours in a day. So 24 hours, you work for 10 hours every single day. You're 14 hours of your life. You got to sleep too. So, you sleep for 8 hours a day. You work, that's only 6 hours that you're doing something either relaxing or productive. Now, of course, we all got to work to make our money at first, but rich people don't just work for money. They build systems. And they do it over and over and over again. They get their assets. Like if rich people stop working tomorrow, their income's not going to stop, because they have those assets. Like, if you stop working tomorrow, or me stop working tomorrow, I stop going to my 9 to 5, I don't have no assets. I don't have no passive income. So you really won't get rich until you do things like this, man. A lot of people like to spend money like they're rich. They like to look rich for the net, for the internet. Go buy a car that they can't afford, the car payment. I just seen a girl on TikTok. She was paying $973 for her car, but only getting paid $1,200 every 2 weeks. So she's making $2,400 a month, and her car payment is $973. Why is she living like that? Why do you have to have the best gear, the newest shoes as soon as they come out? Ooh, they're on pre-sale. I'm getting them now. People enter raffles to buy some shoes that they can't even afford. You want wealth, but your habits say otherwise. You go and eat out every day. You never cook at home. You can't eat no noodles. Noodles don't even... Your noodles sound good to me right now. I'll take some noodles, and I just ate. Like, I'd rather take some noodles than spending $10 here, $10 there. And before you know it, man, you done spent, what, $200 in a month on just food. That's a bill. Like, you don't need to do that, man. You try to look successful, like I said, with the cars, the clothes, and all that, and eating out. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Most people stay broke because they can't tell the difference between looking rich and being rich. Look at a rich person. You ain't gonna see no extra jewelry, extra accessories, unless they're ultra rich. And even then, you probably might only see that from like NFL players and stuff like that. But if you look at somebody who built a business up, they're not flashy. Man, I go to work. The owners at both of my jobs, they are not flashy. I mean, they might have a whip, a flashy whip, but they ain't wearing no jewelry or nothing. They got Apple Watches on and they look professional. So it's like, you can't even look rich, honestly. Like, it's little stuff like that. But another thing is, you avoid high income fields, high income skills. Like, you don't get paid for how hard you work. You are scared of sales, you're scared of marketing, you're scared of communication, You're scared of the tech. You're scared of these skills, man. But they make money. If you're not, like, content creation is scary for a lot of people because they don't want to embarrass themselves. But instead of doing content creation, you're not doing anything but going to your 9 to 5. But you really want to be a content creator. Just try it. Duh, you're going to look dumb at first. Duh. Every content creator who's ever started it looked super dumb at first. That's a high income skill, though. You're scared to go to trade school because you don't think you can get a job. I guarantee you get a job outside of trade school. I guarantee it. Way better than if you got a degree from college. Because a lot of people are struggling in this day and age to, straight out of college to get a job. Unless they have internships. That's the only way. But a lot of people do struggle. So I say go to that trade, and go make $30 an hour. And eventually you'll be at $40 an hour. And I know it may not sound like too much, but man, that stuff can add up, especially if you save. And if you're saving, man, like I said, it can add up. But a lot of people like to blame everything except for themselves for being complacent, being in the same place. Like people blame the job, economy, your past, what you've been through. At some point, you have to take full control, full responsibility. Because the moment you take responsibility is the moment that you take back power. Because, look, your job, yes, it might be low paying, or stuff might not be going your way. The economy's messed up, but it's messed up for everybody. There's 1,000 millionaires every day, so people are still becoming millionaires. The economy was so messed up, there wouldn't be 1,000 millionaires every day. In your past, we all have past. We all have, stuff that we're fighting off, stuff that we put in the back of our head and, hope that it never comes back. We all have stuff like that. So don't let that take control of your life. Just take responsibility. A lot of people are comfortable with accepting, like, this is my life, this is my job, it's my job's fault, it's the economy's fault, it's my past fault. And it's like, no, just take responsibility. At some point in your life, you're going to have to take control now and do what you need to do to make yourself become rich. And a lot of people, they choose comfort over growth. They'd rather scroll on Instagram, scroll on TikTok, sleep in, do the bare minimum when they're at work. A lot of people don't want to be managers and stuff, but managers come with more pay, and it might come with more work, but guess what? You'll be able to invest more. You'll be able to do more. And, this is all about building that passive income. That's what makes you rich is, you don't have to go to work. You don't have to go to work because work is already working for you. But you have to start somewhere. You have to start at that bottom. Sadly, everything in this life is a pyramid. And the person at the top is making the most money. So you started at the bottom, but you invest right and you do stuff right, and you'll be able to go to the top. And then, you eventually, once you get in that middle area, you'll start buying businesses and start, getting out of that comfort zone. Because, scrolling, sleeping in, doing the bare minimum, that's not going to build you wealth. Getting rich is uncomfortable. It's about sacrifice, focus, and being disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you're not going to become rich. When you wake up in the morning, you don't do this certain thing, how you've done it the last 10 days, and then you're not going to be successful. Most people quit because it's hard. A lot of winners, all winners, I'm not even going to say a lot, all winners push through because they know what they're worth. They know it's worth it. Like, if you're not constantly thinking about how can I use this money to make me more money? How can I save this money to make more money? Invest in this money here to make more money over here. Saving money just isn't enough. If you don't have a high yields, a Roth IRA, a 401k, or that's it. Those three. If you don't have one of those three, because those are the simple things that you can do. But you can also get in the stock market. I'm not gonna say like you have to, but that was gonna be my fourth one. Saving just isn't enough. You have to make money work for you. So if you can invest money here, and while you're at work, you look on your app and you see, oh, I'm up $1,000 today. Plus I got this check coming from work. You know, you just made a lot more than everybody around you because you invested your money, even if it's small, because there's nothing like compound interest. And I want you guys to look that up. And if you guys need help with that, come to me. I know a lot about compound interest. That's the difference between broke and wealthy. One invests and another person hesitates, or, you know, is hesitant on what they should invest in, and they just don't do it. They're too scared of the risk. Another thing that a lot of people in this society do to make them not rich is they care about other people's opinion. They care about, oh, what will this person think of me? How do I look? Do I look silly? Do I look goofy? Some people, the same people that you're trying to impress, aren't able to pay their bills. They pray and hope for a different life. You know, you have to move differently. You can't care about people's opinions. And I want to say this: 9 times out of 10, people don't even really care about you, care about what you're doing. Like, they just don't. They're focused on their own life. So even if you're trying to impress somebody, they might not even be focused on the fact that you're trying to impress them at all. But if they are, you know, they're struggling, just like how you're struggling. But at least with your struggle, you're doing something different to change your life. And that leads me to my last thing: lack of discipline. Motivation comes and goes. You wake up in the morning, like I said earlier, you wake up in the morning for 10 days straight, get to it, that 11th day, you're burnt out. You're like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do. I'm not motivated. I don't feel like doing this today. That's where discipline comes in. You get up and you do it anyways. You don't get rich off of feelings. Motivation is a feeling. You get rich off of building those habits. Every day you wake up, you go do what you need to do, and you come back and, you know, you get your rest. And that's the end of the story. You know, you do what other people don't feel like doing, even when you don't feel like it, because you got to stick to that schedule. So those are the main things I wanted to get into. You won't be rich until you change these things, man. And it's not going to happen next year. And and if you never do it, someday it's never going to happen. You just got to get up and decide, hey, today is a different day. I'm moving different. And from there on out, you don't get distracted, and you have that discipline to every day you wake up, this is what I got to do, this is what I got to do. And there's nothing else to it, because wealth isn't luck, it's a mindset backed by action. You have to have some action behind it. Like, do you actually really want to be rich? Do you actually want to make money? Or are you just saying that? Or are you just, you know, I want to make money to have financial freedom. That's why I want to make money. That's me. So I don't have to go to work every day, because I don't want to work for the rest of my life. That's a pretty valid reason to, you know, want to be rich. So that's all I got for this video, man. If y'all like the video, man, make sure y'all like it, comment, all that good stuff. Sub up. I'm going to be pumping these videos out. I love doing this. So I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. Peace.